Hello, my dears, and welcome back to your mat. My name is Heather Archer, and it is an honor to be here with you today. Today, we're going to have some fun. We're going to get upside down. This is your L shape at the wall practice. This is a beautiful way to gain strength and confidence in your body. And it's also the perfect foundation for starting to build that trust that you have the strength and the ability to do handstands. I always like to tell my students that this peak pose is actually a little more challenging than a handstand. So if we can get this and feel confident in it, then we absolutely have nothing holding us back from starting to practice a full handstand. So that being said, let's get started. The only thing that you're going to need today, you might benefit from a strap if your hamstrings are a little bit tight. Other than that, just your beautiful body. And you're going to come down onto your back and just hug your knees into your chest, rocking a little side to side. And right here, I just want you to start to deepen your breath. So just start to take nice, deep inhales and exhales through your nose. And just give yourself permission to be here, to be playful and curious. And to really give yourself that mindful attention that you deserve. Softly rocking to center, extend your left leg out, keeping the right knee hugging in. And just make a couple little hip circles. We'll do 3 in one direction, 3 in the other. Pausing at your center, either take your strap to your foot or just interlace your hands at the belly of your hamstring. And inhale, extend the right foot up. If you are not using a strap, you can do little ankle circles. Go both directions. Pointing and flexing. And then we will all be active in both feet. So flex into both feet and feel like you are pressing into the feet. So there is a lengthening of the legs. Firmly press your lower back to the floor and start to deepen your breath. If it's available, you can slide your hands up to your calf muscle to deepen your stretch. Upper back and shoulders relaxing to the floor. Just breathing some warm energy into the hamstrings and the low back. We're starting with hamstrings because open hamstrings is really a key ingredient for our peak pose and for handstands. 3 more deep Ujjayi breath. The last one here, my dears. And with control, slowly lowering our right leg to meet our left leg and just pause there for a moment. Observe any difference. Maybe the right leg feels a little bit longer than the left leg. Take a deep inhale through your nose, out your mouth. And switching side, hug the left knee in. Let's do 3 hip circles in one direction, 3 in the other direction. Pausing at our center, interlacing hands at the belly of the hamstring or placing the strap on your left foot. Inhale the left foot up to the sky. Maybe doing those ankle circles. Both ways. Pointing and flexing. And then flex both of your feet and energetically press through the soles of your feet. Elongate the legs. Press your lower back to the ground. Get that stability. And breathe into this stretch. If it's available, the hand can slide up to the calf muscle. And remember not to push yourself too far, just to that appropriate edge. And relax the upper body as much as you can. Really sending or directing the breath into the place that needs it most. Three more here. Visualize sending it into the hamstring, a warming breath. One more, my dears. And then with control, we will allow the left leg to lower, meeting our right leg. Reach the arms up and over your head. Take a full breath in through your nose, out your mouth. And then hug your knees into your chest, a little rocking. And then interlace your hands behind your head. Elbows remain wide. Flex the feet and press the feet forward just far enough that the knees are right over our hips and the shins are like a little tabletop. Notice if the low back is arching and press your low back into the ground. So that little tilting of your pelvis to get your low back to the ground is going to be, again, a key piece of our peak pose. So starting to train the mind to recognize that pelvic tilt and really stimulate pressing low back to the floor. Take a deep inhale for me. Exhale, lift your head and your chest, pressing the low back to the floor. Inhale, head lowers, low back remains grounded. Exhale, lift. Beautiful. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Feel free to close your eyes as we continue. One movement per breath. Keep energetically hugging inner thighs toward one another and pressing that low back to the ground. So we are scooping those lower abdominal muscles down with each exhale. Beautiful. Last 10 count. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, last 3, 2, and 1. Relax your head, hug your knees in, and then rock and roll your body forward and back. Just rocking and rolling a few times, stimulating the full back of the body. And then rock yourself up, and let's come into downward facing dog. That first down dog of the day for most of us, take a moment and just pedal out through your feet, just continuing to lengthen the back of the body. Deep inhales, deep exhales. Beautiful. Growing still in your down dog. Feet are hip distance apart. Scooping up through the navel. So the same sensation that we just had when you were pressing your low back to the ground. It is a filling of the low back and a scooping up and in through those lower abs. Inhale, glide forward to a plank pose. Keep the lower abs on. Optional to lower your knees. Chaturanga push-up. Pull the elbows straight back. Heads of the shoulders gently lifting. Navel up, pressing up. And back, down dog. Tummy in, inhale, glide forward. Pull your heart forward, optional to lower knees, chaturanga, halfway down. Pull the navel in, push it up, and back. Only one more. Inhale forward. Leg muscles on, tummy up, chaturanga push-up. Plank and downward facing dog. Take a walk, feet forward to your hands. When you get there, a light bend to the knees, grab opposite elbows, and just allow your head to hang. Swing a little bit from side to side if that feels good. Completely relax the head. Either switching the crossing of the arms, so opposite elbow comes in front, or interlacing hands behind the back. Roll the shoulders off your neck as your knuckles reach up and over your head. Thigh bones are gently pressing back. Inner thighs are coiling back. One more deep breath in and out. Softly release, fingertips toward Mother Earth. And walk your hands out in front of your feet a good 10 to 12 inches. If you have a block or blocks, you can always put them under your hands just to give yourself a little bit more space here to explore the pose. Now, keeping the right hand where it is, or right fingertips where they are, softly bend the right knee for me, left leg straightening, and inhale the left arm up to the sky. Coming into a twist, roll the shoulders down the back. Take an inhale, extend into your fingertips. Exhale, twisting from your belly button a little bit more. One more breath. Inhale, expanding. Exhale, twisting. Put a little bend to your left knee and just fold forward. Relax the head. Inhale, halfway up, pull the heart forward. Stay there as you exhale, bend the left knee and reach right arm up to the sky. Shoulders pull down our back. Take an inhale as you reach up into that right hand. Exhale, twisting a little deeper from your belly. One more breath. Right hand coming down, a light bend in both of our knees. Halfway up on the inhale, extend, heart forward. Exhale, fold. Two more. Inhale, heart forward, tummy lifting. Exhale, fold. Last one, Ardha Uttanasana. And fold. If you have your props, slide them to the side with a little bend to your knees, arms rest, ragdoll, one vertebrae at a time, coming up to standing. And as you come up, just shrug your shoulders up to your ears, melt them down your back. Shoulder shrugs always feel good. And now let's start to build our foundation. So you will need a wall for the rest of our practice. So if you need a second to move all of your goodies to a wall, you want to have a good solid space. It doesn't even have to be a wall. It could be like your bedroom door, just something that's going to be solid for you. Okay? And when you get here, I want you to notice the height of your hips and then just kind of visualize a straight line drawn from the height of the hips to the wall. And we might have to adjust a little, but that's a good place to start. You're going to take your hands, your wrists, right to that hip line. Hands are shoulder width apart. Push the wall away and just step your feet back so that your hips are right over the heels of your feet. It'll be a feeling, okay? And for me, I feel like, I could probably bring my hands down just a little more to create that one long line of energy. Now, speaking of hands, when you're looking at your hands, open your shoulder blades across your back, squeeze the elbows in and lift the underarms up, just like you would in down dog. The pointer finger is the finger that's pointing straight up the wall. And then gaze toward the earth, allowing your ears to be just right inside your biceps, no deeper than that. Now remember, just like in down dog, when I told you to lift your belly, so we're going to draw the tummy in and start to fill up our lower back. Push into the wall. Feel the weight transferring over and into your right foot, and extend your left leg back. Coming into basically like a warrior 3 at the wall. We are pushing, guys. Now this is a healthy challenge. Try to push into both hands. Pull the right hip back and squeeze your thighs together. The left foot is kicking the wall behind you away. You've got it. Lift your navel for me. Take an extra deep inhale. Stay for the exhale. One more big inhale. Exhale, left foot to the floor, super slow and mindful. Get your heels right underneath your sit bones. And again, notice every time I have to remind myself, lift your belly. Because that's what happens. We end up dumping into our low back, and it puts so much pressure there. And also then the shoulders are working a little harder. So keep lifting through the tummy. Feel the weight move into the left leg, and reach your right leg back. Now that left hip, pull the left hip in and squeeze your thighs together. Energize the right leg and push into your hands. You got it. Breathe. Press that left big toe mound into the floor. Last 2. If you feel that low back getting saggy, pull your tummy up and in. One more inhale. And slowly, right foot to the floor. Don't kid yourself. You are working there. Pull your tummy in. Press into the feet. Press into the wall. Take one more deep breath. A feeling like down dog. Now, nice and easy. Walk your feet toward the wall. Enough that you can walk your hands up the wall. Coming upright. Don't come upright too quick. I don't want you to see Tweety Bird. Release your arms and roll the shoulders up and back. Beautiful. So that's stage 1 for our foundation. You ready for stage 2? So feet solid. Take one of your legs to the wall. Ideally, both legs are the same length, so it doesn't matter which one you start with. But notice when I did that, my left heel is not directly under my left hip, so I'm going to adjust a little. Bringing the left foot forward and getting that left heel right underneath my left hip. Now the right foot is stomping into the wall. This in itself can be a healthy challenge. Remember, we are building this awareness in the body. Take your hands to your hips and lift the left hip up, right hip down. Take your hand, one hand to low back, one hand to belly. Tuck the tail and pull the tummy in. So that is filling up your low back, just like we did in our core work, just like we did a second ago. And then reach your arms up to the sky and flex the wrists as though you are pressing the roof off of the room. Keep lifting that left hip, letting the right sit bone gently pull down. And then if you want to test your balance, you can start to gaze up. Keep breathing. Keep pressing into the earth with your foot, into the wall with your foot, and pressing into your palms like you're reaching this to the sky. Take an extra inhale. Exhale, slowly bring your hands down. Hands can come to hips. Little bend to the right knee. Push off. Try not to move that left foot. Right foot is going to find its way underneath my right hip, and the left foot is going to come to the wall. Take your time to adjust, my dears, finding that alignment that feels good in your body. And again, I could maybe bring that right foot forward just a little. Take your time. We want to feel that stacking of the joints. Okay. Because hands are on hips, we can feel left hip is hiking up a little bit. So we're going to encourage left sit bone down to the floor, right hip lifting up. Hand to tummy, hand to low back. Encourage tailbone to the floor, navel to the spine. As you push through your feet and you squeeze or scissor the inner legs toward one another. Start to reach the arms up. Breathe as you flex into your wrists and try to push the roof off of your space. So lifting through the back of the ribs. And then maybe today testing our balance and gazing up. Feel the shape in the body. Feel what's engaging here. Breathe. Last two. Beautiful focus, guys. Eyes toward the wall. Hands softly coming down. Hands to hips. Little bend of the knee and just push off. Okay. Don't move your feet. The feet are our blueprint. We know, because we just had our leg up the wall, that we have that perfect distance or length of our leg to the wall. Keep the feet where they are and just turn your beautiful body around. And then we're going to take our hands to the ground. You want your wrists, the crease of your wrists, to line up with the very tips of your toes. Now, your hands shoulder width apart. And for me, that means that the little tip of my pinky finger kind of hangs off my mat. So if that's happening for you, it's okay. Eye of the elbow forward. Now, downward dog with your heels up the wall. So down dog with my heels up the wall. So I'm on the ball of my foot, really solid. Take your time to get there. Now look at the hands. With the pointer finger straight ahead, squeeze the forearms in. Lift the underarms up and press your heart back just like you would in downward facing dog, and you just breathe. In this position, can you tuck your tail softly toward the wall? You're going to feel that scooping up through the belly. Keep it and start to shift your shoulders forward so they're directly over your wrists. Squeeze in through the arms. Keep the tummy drawing in, and then 1 foot at a time up the wall. Get the foot to the height of your hips. Push and lift. Now your tummy is what's lifting you. Get your feet to the height of your hips. Relax your head. And notice here, this is me kind of dumping into my low back. Feels okay, but I want to pull in through the core and feel that stability. You can gaze between your thumbs with the option of lifting a leg. Remember, this is more challenging than a handstand. So if we've got this, we are building that confidence and that strength. Right foot to the wall, push. Left foot up. Breathe. Take your time. Left foot to the wall. Solid. Tummy in. Walk it down. Woo! Shoulders are talking to you. Bend the knees a little. Sway. Side to side. Let it all go, babes. Bend the knees a whole lot and kind of bounce the body up and down a little. So beautiful, guys. Keep the knees bent and start to roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. Oh my goodness. Roll the shoulders up. Roll them back. So I don't know about you, but I feel this like burst of energy, or Shakti, we call it, right? That vitality that starts to stir in the body. And that's the beautiful thing about our practice. These asanas are unlocking energy within us. Energy that's always there. We're just learning how to tune into it. So that's it. If that was really fun for you and you want to try it 1 or 2 more times, absolutely slide your finger, rewind the video a little bit, and let's do it together again. This is something, again, that's going to gain so much strength for you in your shoulders and also the confidence. I think that that's really the best benefit of all of this, is you really starting to trust yourself and really knowing how strong you are. With that said, I have so much love for you. Thank you for playing today. Thank you for being curious and for joining me on the mat. I look forward to seeing you again so soon. From my heart to yours, namaste.